So in January of 2020, I did something absolutely crazy. I made a leap of faith. I jumped and I joined a mastermind program. And this mastermind program is filled with unbelievably high achievers, business owners, best-selling authors, trainers, coaches, people from all sorts of different industries. And I could have said to myself that I'm not worthy of being around those people. I could have said to myself that, no, that's too much. I don't deserve to be in that arena. But I made the leap of faith in a sense that I invested in myself. And the 5 most important words aren't about investing in yourself. What I did in joining this mastermind is I surrounded myself with all of these high achievers. And I related to Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant, when he first came into the league, talked about how he got to play with Michael Jordan, how he admired Michael Jordan his entire career. And he watched and he emulated and he tried to do all of these things that Michael Jordan did. But he said he was a complete game changer once he was actually in the game and he could touch and he could feel and he could sense and he could move around just physically by being in the game, in with Michael Jordan. And it was the same thing for me, investing into this mastermind, just being around, being able to interact and being able to see on a closer, more intimate level of all of these high achieving individuals. So the 5 most important words for athletes are surround yourself with good people. And this isn't just about, hey, you're the product of the 5 people you spend the most time with. While I believe that to be true to some extent, I want the lesson to be that you have to actually go out and try to find the people that you want to be around. You have to actively push yourself to get out of your comfort zone of just being with your teammates right now, right? Or the people that you normally train with right now, or the coaches that you're normally around. You have to actively try to encourage yourself to go to different locations, different events, so that you can surround yourself with those other people, with different people, with people that are going to push you to the next level. And I strongly believe in the fact that you can learn through osmosis. Just by simply being around people, you're going to pick up on physical things. You're going to pick up on what they do with their body language. You're going to pick up on how they communicate. You're going to pick up on how they act. You're going to pick up on so many different things, oftentimes at an unconscious level, just by being in proximity, just by being close to them. So a challenge for athletes then is, if you want to be in person, here's some practical tips. If you want to be in person with some like-minded individuals, right? If you're a youth player, you're a high school player, who in your local community, maybe it's on a competing team, can you surround yourself with? Maybe you train with them, maybe you do some competitions in the off season, whatever. How can you get closer to them? How can you train with them? Because there's going to be a level of pushing yourself. At the collegiate level, seek out the best players on your team and seek out the best players in your conference. And how can you get closer to them? How can you interact with them? How can you learn from them? And even seek out players in other sports. I love talking to the athletes in other sports when I was in college, basketball, lacrosse, whatever, because there's going to be aspects of physical training, nutrition, of dealing with your schedule on a day-to-day basis, of training, of competing, of the mental side of the game that are going to be valuable for you. At the professional level, I mean, you see some professional athletes, they do it more so on social media now with YouTube videos and vlogs and, posting on their Instagram stories where athletes are training with other athletes on other teams. Maybe it's more prevalent in a sense that, someone might live in the same country. I think of baseball right off the top of my head, right? People in the Dominican training together, people in, wherever, Puerto Rico training together, people in Miami training together. But you also see it with basketball players are doing it now with vlogs where they're, traveling to go train with other people. You see it oftentimes in fitness, right? Bodybuilding, You see it in powerlifting. People will actively go out to other locations to train with oftentimes their competitors, because being in proximity to those people is actually just going to, it's going to motivate you, right? There's going to be a sense of adrenaline. There's going to be a sense of accomplishment. There's going to be a sense of competition when you're close to those people. But at the same time, there's going to be a lot of things on the unconscious level about how that person carries themselves, about how that person interacts, about how that person communicates, that you're going to pick up unconsciously at times. And you might not realize it until a month or two later. But I heed the warning that it's also on the flip side of things. I'm not saying you can't be around people that aren't high achievers, and I'm not saying you can't be around people that don't play your sport or don't have the same aspirations of you. But it's like Jim Rohn said, right? Your mind is like a mental factory. And what you get out of that mental factory is dependent upon what you put into that mental factory. And I love, man, I wish I could emulate Jim Rohn's voice because it was so compelling. It was so graceful. He said, a lot of people put all of this information into their mental factory and they expect all of these great results. And what often happens is if you put trash in, you're going to get trash out. If you put good information in, you're going to get good information out. So another Jim Rohn quote, stand guard at the door of your mind. So that's in relation to the 5 most important words for athletes. Surround yourself with good people, because it's going to be putting good information into your mental factory. A lot of times it's going to be information that you aren't even aware of and you might not even recognize until a couple of weeks, couple of months down the line. So hope everyone has an excellent New Year's. If you're on right now, thank you for jumping on 12:34 every single day. Appreciate you guys. 12:34 Eastern Standard Time. If you guys have any questions, drop them in the comments below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, a heart if you really enjoyed it, and obviously share it with anyone that needs to hear this message. So appreciate you guys, and I hope everyone has an excellent, excellent new year.